UTPA women's basketball making history on the court this past week. We'll take you to all the action. As we get deeper into the winter, the UTPA basketball schedules turn to WAC play. We'll get ready for the rest of the conference slate. And the men's and women's tennis dual meet seasons are just underway. We have full season previews. This is Bronc Country. Hey everyone, and welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The UTPA women's basketball team played its first home games in a month this past weekend, and they're big ones, as Seattle, one of the top teams in the WAC last season, and Bakersfield, the preseason favorite, came to town. We start with Seattle. The Redhawks picked to finish second by the media and third by the coaches in the preseason WAC polls, and the Broncs made quite a statement. Early on, it's Brittany Bush not once, not twice, but thrice. And then Shante Goff from the parking lot. Broncs up 12-7. Now it's 12-9 when Hildur Bjork Karchinsdottir comes off the bench and makes an immediate contribution. And then a little later on, it's Karchinsdottir for three. Broncs up 9. A few minutes later, we're back to Goff. The Broncs open up a 26-13 lead. The Redhawks score the next 5, but after a timeout, Troy Swain becomes a one-woman wrecking crew. Goes to play some serious defense after hitting that 3, and there's the steal and the bucket. Broncs back up by 13. It was a 10-point game at halftime, and that's when the Broncs put their foot down. Bush makes the layup, Goff for 3, and then the layup. Now, Tanisha Walker hasn't scored yet in this game. That's about to change. Buries the 3, and then makes jumpers not once, but twice. And then after Goff makes another bucket, it's Walker again and again. Walker scored 11 of her 12 points to power a 20-4 run as the Broncs run away with an 80-58 victory. 4 Broncs in double figures for the second time this season, led by Goff, who finished with 22 while hitting 4 threes. Bush with her third 16-point game of the season. Not seen here is Raquel Preston, who dished out a career-high 5 assists while grabbing a team-best 9 rebounds and 2 steals.
In practice, we went over their scout and we knew that they were going to zone us most of the time. So we worked on that. We worked on 5-on-5, the people on defense running zone, and then we run in zone and trying to score on different ways, work on our zone plays a lot, and it helped tonight.
We shot the ball well. I mean, like me and you have talked before, if we shoot the ball well, we're going to be pretty good. And if we'll shoot the ball well, then that opens up so much everything, because we hit some perimeter shots, and then look how open Brittany Bush was inside. You know, and we just got to make good decisions and knock them down.
Next up was preseason WAC favorite Bakersfield, and the Broncs made a strong case as to why maybe they should have been the favorites. Down 13-7 early when Hildur Bjork Karchinsdottir buries the 3, and that's the start of a little bit of a theme. Tandria Nolan ties the game, and then it's Karchinsdottir again. 9 straight points for the Broncs. They have the lead. And you know what? That's not going to change. Raquel Preston had a huge game. Hits back-to-back jumpers here. Broncs by 5. Then, after the Roadrunners pull back within 1, the Broncs push the pedal through the floor. Brittany Bush with the jumper. Shante Goff knocks down the 3, and then another triple for Nolan. Followed by another jumper for Preston. 10-0 run UTPA. The Broncs led by as many as 18 in the first half on this Goff layup. And then in the second half, the Broncs went up 20 on this Bush layup. The Roadrunners made a late charge to pull within 7 in the final minutes, but Goff hits this bucket, and the Broncs go 10 for 12 from the line to end the game. Broncs win 77-60. Nolan almost put up a triple-double, finishing with a career-high 18 points, while hitting a career-high 3 threes and tying her career highs in assists and steals. New career high in scoring for Preston as well, while Goff also had 17 points.
This game was really important for us. I mean,
at the beginning of the season, people outdoubted us and they cast us as second in a WAC, and I feel like we had a lot to prove, so in this game really mattered to us.
It was real important because they were picked number 1, and we feel like if we would have beat them, the championship is ours.
Well, I tell you, any win is a good win, whether it's at home or on the road. But we beat a very good team. We've had a very good week. We beat a good Seattle team. We beat a good Cal State team. Cal State's picked number 1 to win the league. They've lost 2 in a row. New Mexico State beat them Thursday. Our league is very balanced. And then we got we just had a great effort. Our point guard proved that she may be the best point guard in the WAC. She had like 18 points, I believe. She had 9 rebounds. She had 7 assists. Played 40 minutes and had 1 turnover.
Here's a look at the WAC standings. The Broncs tied for first with New Mexico State, a team that has played the same schedule as the Broncs thus far. The Broncs are 3-0 in conference play for the first time in program history. The Broncs are also 8-1 at home for the first time in program history. That 10-8 record ties for the best 18-game start in program history. I know I sound like a broken record, but the Broncs can set a new record for best 19-game start by opening the weekend with a win at Utah Valley before visiting Grand Canyon.
Well, we got 2 very important road games. We're at Utah Valley State on Thursday. We're at Grand Canyon University on Saturday. Both teams are bigger than us. They present problems for us inside rebounding. They do an excellent job there. We've got to bring our A game to both of these games in order for us to have a chance to win.
UTPA women's basketball doing a few things that have never been done in program history, and they're looking to keep making history by doing things such as winning a conference championship. There are quite a few out there who thought going into the season that the Broncs could win the WAC. The Broncs received first-place votes in both preseason polls. Romeo Villarreal previews the rest of the WAC season.
With women's basketball starting WAC play 3-0, it would be easy for the team to start looking forward to the looming conference tournament. But despite the fast start, the team is still taking the season 1 game at a time.
We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We want to take it 1 game at a time, really focus in on that opponent and, just and take care of us and get better every day. If we get better every day and we don't look ahead, I think that will help us in the long run contend for championships in our conference and help, build this thing here at UTPA.
Having gotten their first 3 games out of the way and coming out of them with wins, the team has built a lot of momentum that has the team excited and confident about every game.
Everyone's talking about ready, is amped up to play more games and ready to see what. Every day we're just hyped up. Like last night we were hyped up about the game, ready to beat them. We want to blow out teams every game, so that we're really confident.
One of the reasons the Broncs have seen success early on in the conference season is their ability to adjust to the many different play styles in the WAC.
We're in a great conference. Kids get a chance to see a lot of different areas and a lot of different styles of play. When you go from Chicago to Seattle, California, Arizona, New Mexico, and even here in Texas, the officiating's a little bit different. The style of play is a little bit different. So we just got to adjust to that. And if we do that and just, again, get better every day, we'll be just fine.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
UTPA men's basketball also into their WAC schedule. Next on Bronc Country, highlights from this past week, as well as a look ahead at the rest of the WAC.
We pursue excellence in the classroom and strive to achieve our potential. We compete on the field with integrity,
on the court with respect,
and in the pool with distinction.
We are strong leaders in our community and gain values from our biggest fans.
We continue the legacy of commitment to our universities, to our coaches, to our teammates, and most importantly to you.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
The University of Texas Pan American men's basketball team opened Western Athletic Conference play with a win over Chicago State. It was the start of a 14-game slate on Thursdays and Saturdays as the team jockeys for seeding, a first-round bye in the WAC tournament, and a guaranteed spot in a postseason tournament. We preview the road ahead with Romeo Villarreal.
For men's basketball, conference play always means two things: a hectic travel schedule and a series of tough games against high-quality opponents. The team has experienced both early on in the conference schedule.
Well, anytime you're on the road, anytime you're playing, the quality opponents in the league, it's pretty balanced, pretty tough this year. Seattle's very talented, got great guards. New Mexico State's, as usual, monstrous front line, very talented team. So every game's a battle, and the travel's hard in the league, and the teams are improved and strong. So, try to maintain your home court and go out and pick off a couple in a row, and you got a chance to win the league.
While the Broncs are off to a rough start early, the team still believes that on any given night, they can beat any team in the conference and are undeterred by the early losses.
It's an open conference, man. I mean, no team is really far much better than the other talent-wise, or it's just going to come down to decision-making and who executes, and whoever just plays hard to get the job done, man. It's nothing hard. We just got to put it together. Still want to win the conference. We still playing for top accolades. Nothing changed. I mean, we're going to face adversity.
Although the team may be slightly undersized, Coach Hipsher believes that the team isn't without some advantages of their own.
Our advantage, I think, is offensively we have a lot of random movement that gives guys a chance to get open and be successful instead of just having to play in a spot against a specific personnel. Our biggest hindrance is our depth right now. We have 8 scholarship players, and it makes it tough for practice with a couple walk-ons out there and tough for the games. But got to find a way to fight through it. The one advantage is these guys know they're going to be playing, so the opportunity is going to present itself for them.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
The Broncs opened the week with one more non-conference game, hosting UTSA, and Dan Kamasa had a big game. Cleans up the glass and hits the layup there. Game tied at 2. A little later on, Broncs down 1 when Kamasa makes the layup. Broncs up 14-13. And then look at Kamasa on the defensive end. Comes up with the block and holds on. Kamasa finished with his third double-double, 13 points and 11 rebounds. Final minutes of the game. Walk-on Joaquin Pistocache in, and he connects. First career points come on his first career shot, but the Broncs fall 68-43. Broncs resuming WAC play at Seattle, down 3-2 when Shaq Hines hits the jumper. And then, after a Jack Crook layup, Janari Josar buries the 3. Broncs up 7-5. Move ahead. Broncs down 20-11, but on the comeback trail. Kamasa, good in the foul. He'll make the free throw. Broncs within 6. Then it's Josar with a layup, and then a little deja vu. Broncs pull within 2, but the Redhawks have a big second half en route to beating the Broncs 70-47. Josar led the Broncs with 14 points. Everett Osborne scored 8 while drawing the start. Hines finished with 7 and 7. The Broncs finished up the week with a 66-53 loss at Bakersfield. The Broncs trailed by as many as 17 before using an 18-7 run to pull within 6 late, but the Roadrunners hit their free throws to finish off the game. Dan Kamasa with double-double number 4, scoring 14 points and 10 rebounds to go with 4 blocks. Shaq Hines and Janari Josar approached double-double territory themselves, as Hines finished with 13 and 9, while Josar had 12 and 7.
Well, it was a hard road trip. I mean, 3:45, 4:15, 4:30 wake-up calls, get on the road. Seattle kind of shot the lights out against us, and we didn't play well enough. They zoned us, and we struggled to score. Jumped on the plane, went down to Bakersfield, dug ourselves a hole in the first half, gave ourselves a chance in the second half, but again, the comeback was too great. So, we're a little bit undermanned right now, and probably putting a lot on Boga and Janari to have have to get the job done every night, and it's tough because people are really working hard to take them away, and just keep tweaking it until we get better.
Here's a look at the WAC standings. The Broncs one of 4 one-win teams. The Broncs are back home this week, hosting Utah Valley on Thursday and Grand Canyon on Saturday.
Well, both very skilled teams. They played each other the other night at Utah Valley. Grand Canyon beat them 83-78. We haven't seen that 80-point barrier for a while with our shooting. So we're going to have to use our size, strength, maintain the tempo of the game, and pick off a couple wins here at home.
UTPA men's and women's tennis just opened up their dual meet schedule. Coming up on Bronc Country, we preview the tennis seasons. The UTPA men's tennis team did something historic last year, becoming the first Bronx team to win a WAC tournament match, knocking off third-seeded Seattle in the quarterfinals. Now that the 2015 season is upon us, the Broncs are looking for more. Romeo Villarreal has the story.
When creating a season schedule, a coach has to take a lot into consideration. This season, Coach Stokes believes he struck a good balance of teams to play this season.
The scheduling there's an art to it, and then there's pure math to it as well for ranking points. So it's something that all coaches, we put a lot of time into. So this year we're real happy about it. It's a good improvement from last year when I inherited it. So it's in a place now where we play 12 Texas schools out of 14. So that's always good because our Texas region is one of the toughest in the regions. There's a chance that four of the teams may be hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. That's how good, which means you need to be in the top 16 in the country.
Rumble, go! One of the advantages the team believes it has is the large representation of different play styles from around the world, with 5 different countries being represented on the team.
We have new teammates from all over the world, and we're excited because each of us bring different things from any other countries. So we're excited to because I think that we have a better team than last spring. So we're excited to this new season.
A big plus the Broncs have from last season is a much more active conference schedule, which has the team playing 5 conference matches in the regular season.
We start this is the first year for regular season WAC, and so that's awesome because now we get to we're hosting the first round here at the end of March, so we have 3 home matches here against the WAC teams, and we go on the road to Chicago State. But that WAC weekend, man, it's going to be awesome. There's going to be 8 matches here, 3 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday. So all the teams will be here. It's a great chance for all the students to come out, other student athletes, for the tennis community to really come out in the Valley and show the WAC what the Valley has in terms of tennis.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
The UTPA women's tennis team also made history last year, earning a first-round bye and the number 2 seed in the WAC tournament after going 13-8, marking the 3rd winningest season in program history. With a strong group of returners and some key newcomers, the Broncs have a chance to be even better this year. We send it back out to Romeo on the tennis beat.
With women's tennis having just gotten underway, the team has set high expectations for themselves that have them building off of the momentum of last year's dual season.
We're really happy about the last season, but that means that we'll have more expectation for the next season, for this season. I really faith on my team. I really believe to every player in that team, and I really hope for the best.
They know what our goal is. Our goal is to win the championship at the end of the season, have a strong regular season. So they're all really working hard together. I think that they put in the work over the break, and they're ready to get started now.
This year's schedule not only has the team going up against strong opponents like number 15 ranked Baylor and Texas State, but also has the team playing against a number of conference opponents in the regular season.
This year we have our regular schedule with conference matches, so we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be new for us. We didn't get to have that in the last year, and so it's going to be exciting to see our competition beforehand and then also see them at the championship.
For Bronc Country, this is Romeo Villarreal.
UTPA indoor track and field opened the season this past weekend at Texas A&M. Trey Taylor led the way with a victory in the weight throw, hitting 17.06 meters, the 3rd best throw in program history. The Broncs took 2 of the top 3 spots in the women's mile run, as Robin Gayoso placed second with the 4th fastest time in program history, 5:07.80, and Jennifer Zapata took 3rd, just over 11 seconds later. The Broncs also had a top 4 finish in the men's distance medley relay, a traditional strength for the team, as Rick Montero, Justin Gonzalez, Martin Perez, and Jose Juan Wells combined for a time of 10:37.56.
The meet was pretty much as expected. We wanted to go out and shake the rust off. First competition in quite some time. Did see some good things, saw some promising performances by some of the newcomers, some of the freshmen, and then some of the returners did quite well, highlighted by Trey Taylor in the weight throw and Robin Gayoso on the track.
Fall grades came out recently, and when it was all said and done, a record 122 student athletes, about 60% of all current Broncs, earned GPAs of at least 3.0 and a spot on the athletic director's honor roll. The department as a whole now has a cumulative GPA of 3.02. 18 student athletes earned perfect 4.0 GPAs. Women's track and field had the most recipients at 27, while women's golf and women's tennis tied for the highest percentage, as all 11 of their student athletes earned the honor. Women's tennis led the department with a 3.51 GPA, while baseball led men's teams with a 3.31. Those grades are a direct reflection on how we're preparing our student athletes for excellence in life. Want to help? Then join the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the proceeds go directly to student athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student athletes.
We pursue excellence in the classroom and strive to achieve our potential. We compete on the field with integrity, on the court with respect,
and in the pool with distinction.
We are strong leaders in our community and gain values from our biggest fans.
We continue the legacy of commitment to our universities, to our coaches, to our teammates, and most importantly to you.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here's what's coming up for the Broncs. Men's basketball is back home to face off against Utah Valley and Grand Canyon, while the women play the same teams, albeit on the road. The tennis teams continue their seasons on the road, with the men visiting National Power Rice and Prairie View A&M, and the women starting with Prairie View A&M before visiting Sam Houston State. We want to thank you for stamping your passport in Bronc Country this week. Schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
1, 2, 3, go Broncs!
We pursue excellence in the classroom and strive to achieve our potential. We compete on the field with integrity, on the court with respect,
and in the pool with distinction.
We are strong leaders in our community and gain values from our biggest fans.
We continue the legacy of commitment to our universities, to our coaches, to our teammates, and most importantly to you.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.